Hi, this is Phil, and I'm here to tell you all about the Capes and Lunatics Patreon. Don't miss out on our comic book creator interviews, including our monthly Chichester chats with comic book legend D.G. Chichester, superhero movie brackets in our search for the worst comic book movie of all time, and many, many more specials, all completely uncensored. Access starts for $3 a month, full video when you pledge $5 a month. Check out the link in our show notes or go to patreon.com/capesandlunatics. Hope to see you there.
This is Luca Perich, host of a Totally Turtle Sports and Gaming YouTube channel, and you're listening to the Capes and Lunatics Podcast Network.
Hey kids, make mine Marvel.
That's right.
Yes. Listen to that music starting up. That's right, kids. We've been teasing it for a while, but this is the premiere episode of Marvel Tales.
The debut.
Yes. With myself, Phil, and my good friend, our newest team member, Justin the Owl. Hello, Justin.
Hello.
Yes.
Thank you for joining us on this debut, everyone.
Whereas before, Charlie Esther and I were doing just Avengers stuff. Now, Justin and I will be doing anything Marvel. So
yes,
expect anything.
Anything and everything.
As long as it had a Marvel logo on it, yes, we could talk.
That's right.
Oh man, we could talk old Transformers. We could talk old G.I. Joe.
Oh yeah. Thundercats.
Yeah, they do the Thundercats comic.
Yeah, there was, I think, in the Star Comics imprint that did Masters of the Universe
Star
and all
Comics.
that stuff.
Oh yeah, Masters of the Universe.
They did Thundercats for a little while. I think it was a year or so.
So see, kids, we get to be talking anything. I mean,
anything.
We pretty much have the first year planned out, but yeah, it should be straight up superheroes. But you never know.
We got a lot of ground to cover.
Yes. We've already changed one episode to fit in crossover. So
yeah.
All right. So yes, to start us off, we're going to be talking some Genis-Vell, son of mar-vell, from his 1995 series.
Yes.
Captain
Short-lived one, actually.
Yes. Yeah. Which I was kind of disappointed. This wasn't even on Marvel Unlimited.
Yeah, I was disappointed too. This had a lot of promise, I felt, to continue.
I mean, I think
I was really surprised that it didn't go further.
Oh yeah, I think Fabian Nicieza even said, here's what it was at the end of the last one. He's like, oh, hey, here's what that Dead Man's Hand I kept mentioning was going to be if they, we'd gotten another 6 issues or something.
In the next issue blurb, yeah, that's what it said. We would have revealed what happened when they were doing this, but I guess we won't find out now. Which is a shame. I think that's a shame. I feel like this should have been continued in some form or fashion.
But... Oh yeah. All right. Before we get into this is episode 1. I mean, if you're listening to Capes and Lunatics, you probably heard all my stories 20 times, people. But Justin, are you a lifelong comics fan? Like I've been reading like hardcore since like 10 years old. Yeah.
Yeah, for me, I started off with the Masters of the Universe, those little mini comics that came with the figures.
Yep.
That was kind of what hooked me, because those were kind of the proto comics for me back then. But then I graduated, people started getting me comics and things like that as gifts. And eventually, I think it was about 6 or 7, maybe 8, I started collecting them regularly. And yeah, I collected regularly for about 10 or 20 years, and then I kind of took a break from Marvel and DC and went to some independent stuff. And then came back to Marvel and DC a few years later, after they got the Heroes Reborn stuff out of their system.
but yeah, those toy tie-ins, man, that, like I said, that's like the gateway drug, because I got the Masters of the Universe figures. I read those mini comics. Then I got into Marvel through the Transformers comics, because I was a big Transformers fan. I was an 80s
That's right.
kid, so yeah. And then I started collecting more. I'm like, who do I know? I'm like, oh, I watched Spider-Man and His Amazing Friends. Let me try Spider-Man.
Yes. Definitely. The cartoons were a big one too, because I watched that as well when I was a kid. Spider-Man and His Amazing Friends, and some of the other ones. Those definitely hooked me too. I was like, ooh, I want to read more about these characters. They're so cool. And yeah, Marvel, I would have to say that Marvel was more predominant for a while than DC as far as my collecting habits goes.
Yeah,
I'm a real sucker for the old-fashioned superhero stuff. And I also feel that the cosmic side of Marvel was a lot more well developed and at least a lot more appealing to me than it was in the DC side.
Yeah, I mean, I was kind of the same way. I was a big Marvel, but then, like, of course, what's your gateway drug in the DC? Superman and
Superman, Batman,
yeah.
Batman, my favorite character.
Remember, sorry, Ray. Remember, like Lilith Hellfire always says, the odds are never zero.
That's right.
He's like, this is a Marvel show.
I still have a lot of love for DC, as you know. I have a lot of love for DC. Yeah.
Oh my lord, is that a Doom 2099 behind you?
It is. There's two of them, actually.
Oh, I can see the top one. Oh, nice.
Those were when he took over the U.S. 2099 AD.
Fiction or real, still not our worst president.
Right.
Him and Lex, I give him some leeway.
Yeah.
All right. Hold on. I want to. Yikes. All right. So, should we jump into these?
Yeah, Captain Marvel, Volume 3, Number 1.
Yes. Volume 3, Number 1. Volume 3? Okay. Had you ever read any of the original mar-vell stuff, like his series?
I read bits and pieces of it, but never the whole thing through. I was always meaning to go back and do that. This is definitely one of my ones on my list to go back and read in some collected form at some point. Yeah. What about you? Are you a big fan of that series?
I collected the whole, well, I think pretty much the whole thing in like in trades and stuff. So yeah, I was like as I discovered it, I was a big fan, especially like when he's battling Thanos and stuff.
Yeah, when there was that was, how long did that series last for? I can't even remember.
He got like, it was like 62 issues, and then they like kind of like tied it up in like Marvel Premiere or something.
Yeah, so it didn't end, and his end obviously wasn't in his series. It was later on. But
yeah. So that one was, but like I said, I came to the whole thing in like I got him in back issues after the fact. So, but no, I liked it. The whole Rick, the whole thing bonded to Rick Jones and stuff, which who we'll see in here tonight.
Yes, there's several references to after the fact to the whole switcheroo.
Yeah.
I actually was more of a fan growing up of Monica Rambeau, Captain Marvel, because she was in the Avengers when I started reading that, and so for a long time she was Captain Marvel to me. I didn't really even have any knowledge of mar-vell at all.
Yeah, I did come to Monica first also. So,
and we see her in this too briefly.
Oh yeah, for like one panel.
Yeah.
But yeah, well, no, it's not. It's 95 by the shiny cover, kids.
That's right, foil embossed.
Yes,
all the way,
even on his butt.
Got to fold them biscuits.
Oh, nice. Taste the biscuit. All right. Yeah, like I said, I don't have synopses, but yeah, I'll read the pertinent info and then we can discuss. So, issue 1, Junior Achievement, from December 1995, cover date, writer Fabian Nicieza, penciler Ed Benez, inker Mike Sellers, colorist Marie Javins, and Malibu color letterer John Costanza. And editor, a man I wish I would have had an opportunity to talk to, although he did pass away before there were such things as podcasts, Mark Gruenwald.
Me too. I love Mark Gruenwald so much. He's one of my favorite Marvel people of all time. And yeah, anything that he wrote, I'm a big fan, even Star Blast.
Oh, that's a poor man. Rest in peace. But no, just everyone, all the creators I've talked to who've talked about him, it just seems like he was such a nice guy and such
kind of like the heart and soul of Marvel.
And he was like another Mark Waid. He knew his comics history, backwards and forwards, and just from the sounds of it, it sounds like he would have got our sense of humor.
Oh, for sure. Yeah. And I would love to see him still in comics to this day. I would love to see current stories with, kind of reflecting today's social political stuff with his take on it. I would love to read that. Yeah.
Maybe Quasar would still be big if we.
I know.
third
Yeah.
one.
We could have so many more Quasar stories.
I always see people trumpeting his like Captain America run, which was great for the most part, all 10 years of it. But I'm like,
Yeah,
you do Quasar too.
And that was for what, 6-7 years?
Like Quasar, it was 60 issues, so
Yeah, so it's quite a while.
It's like 5 years, yeah. All right, so issue 1 on Calculex.
Calculex. I love that. Yeah.
I mean, you can tell this is a 90s book. This isn't your typical, like, Stanley comic kids, because where do we find our hero in the beginning? Yes, drunk, passed out drunk on a floor.
Yeah, surrounded by naked women or semi-naked women.
Drunk, passed out, surrounded by bodies after a night of,
debauchery.
That kind of reminds me of someone. I don't know who. I can't put my finger on it. And those of you who haven't listened to any of our other shows before, kids, yes, the new contest is try to play enough drops to get Justin to drop out of his chair. So
yes, it's almost happened a couple of times.
Yes. So you said this is the first time you've read this. Like you read like the previous, like his first appearances in Silver Surfer, and then you said you read the Peter David stuff later, right?
Right. Yeah, I read the first appearance in the annual, the Silver Surfer annual, and then there was something else that came after that, and then I missed this series entirely, and the Peter David stuff came. When was that? 98? 99?
Oh, the Peter David, like I think it was like 99 or 2000. I remember it was like around like close to, like.
Yeah, I feel like it was 99 or 2000 maybe. Yeah.
Yeah,
but
it was pretty close to the end of one century and the beginning of the next. So I'm just like,
right. And I remember it was after that I read. It was like 2001 or 2, I think, that I read that one. But I loved it. And I'm excited to go back and reread that because it's been a while since I've read it.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, this was the first time I had read this one. I was, like I said, I was really impressed with this, the writing and the artwork as well.
Oh yeah, just the art, yeah.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, and I liked his little supporting cast was cool. The new characters that we were introduced to here, Zoog, Zoofree Grasswind, Glib Arcanian, Sticky. Those type of people. I love all these weird aliens. They're so great.
Oh yeah. What did you think? I mean, I remember when I first read this, it grated me a little, but I've like grown accustomed to it. Like the weird, like the vocabulary he uses because he is not from Earth.
Yeah. Well, I thought it was cute too in the back of I think each issue actually. It wasn't just the first one. It was in all of them. I think there were a little glossary of terms for all of the intergalactic slang that was being thrown around in each issue, which I love. I love that little stuff.
I know, but it's like just enough so you know what they're talking about, but just in case, because it's like Flusher. Take a wild guess.
And what was the Bastak? He was calling somebody a Bastak, I think, was one of the insults. I think that was one of them.
But yeah,
maybe it was in one of the later issues, but I think I remember he called somebody a Bastak. I was like, ooh.
But it's like the big trot.
Who talk in space?
Or bejuvies, where girls are taught to kick boys, Bejuvies. Oh, Fabian.
So good.
So yeah, but then he gets he meets General Bell Dan of the Kree Consolidated Peace Battalion.
Yeah, that's kind of an oxymoron term, isn't it? Kree Consolidated Peace Battalion.
Oh, they're going to say Kree and Peace. Okay.
Yeah, well, basically, yeah, Kree and Peace is an oxymoron.
But yeah, basically says they need the help on this space station. It keeps jumping back and forth between, his friends trying to sober him up and just
to this space station.
Yeah, there's a lot of switching back and forth between different stories here. But this is also in the wake of Operation Galactic Storm. This was a few years after that, and there's still a lot of consequence and fallout, both literal and metaphorical, from that incident, because we have groups of Shi'ar and Kree that are both looking to destroy the truce and continue the conflict.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And then just like the sexual innuendo in some of these issues, like when he gets a ride on, he overshoots the space station and he gets a ride with that female captain, and he asks her, "Oh, okay, can I give you some credits for the ride?" And she's like, "I was going to ask you the same thing."
Saucy.
But yeah, no, supposedly on this station there's a small nega bomb.
Yes, which is capable of killing only 20,000 people, as opposed to the millions or whatever that were killed with the other one.
Although it would disrupt the space-time continuum in this sector for hundreds of standard sun cycles.
Can't have that.
Mm-mm. So, but then what? They get attacked. But then it's like, oh yeah, open up this aperture into the negative zone, which does not work out.
Yeah, it turns out the negative zone isn't a fun place to draw your powers from all the time.
Yeah, they really played with that because back in the day, that's where mar-vell and Rick used to swap places.
Right.
Up.
Yeah. And I always thought that was so weird at the beginning. I was like, really? Well, what's the other one doing while one of them's being Captain Marvel, like just hanging out?
I think they just kind of floated there. It was weird, but at least that's the thing with the Peter David. By the time Genis and Rick get bonded, they're swapping out of the microverse, and there's actually like civilizations there, so they can just walk around and stuff. But
yeah, they actually have something to do while they're swapped places.
No, but then Genis is all he's like, I killed all those people, and I don't know how to control these things, and
yeah, he's blaming himself for the bomb that went off and blew up a bunch of people. Or wasn't he? Yeah, he was trying to defuse the bomb before.
Oh yeah, but he's like, I set it off with these nega bands that I don't know how to control, and
yeah, he's still getting used to using his power, which again, like I said, when you draw your power from the negative zone, expect some weird consequences.
And again, it's so weird too, because it's like, when his mother tells him of his birthright. I mean, at first he thought Star Fox was his father, and then he finds out it's mar-vell.
Yeah.
But then it's like, oh, here's some new nega bands. Good luck, kid.
Have fun.
Yeah, that literally could not blow up in someone's face.
Yeah, right. Yeah. I also have I every issue of this, I was thinking, man, Genis's mother looks younger than he does.
I know.
Every single panel with her, I mean, she looked like she was so much younger than him, and I was like, wow.
Well, I think she went to the clinic and got that 90s makeover.
Yeah, I think you're right. I think you're right.
But again, too, she's an immortal too, so.
That's true.
But like I said, once again, it's the 90s, where females, their waist had to be smaller than their heads.
Yep.
Waist had to be like the size of their wrist.
Yeah, her boobs are bigger than her head in some panels. Yeah.
The 90s.
The 90s. We have the most 90s coming up in one of these issues, actually.
Oh, yes.
The one with x-treme.
Yes. All right, then let's jump to issue 2 here, because then when his friends say, oh, where you can find answers and talk to somebody who knew your father. Yeah, Earth.
Yeah, we know someone who knew him very well.
Yeah, swapped molecules with him. Yeah, so At this point, and I barely remember this, Rick Jones had a talk show.
Yeah, I didn't remember this either. That's so funny.
I think it happened like mostly behind the off panel. But
Yeah. And we have a cameo of Moondragon in this one.
Yes.
Yeah, I didn't realize that she was paralyzed or something. She was incapacitated at this point.
Or she's like in a coma or something, but like
Yeah.
telepathically she could talk to everybody. But yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I always liked Moondragon.
Oh yeah. But talk about 90s, talk about not wearing much clothing. Yes, Moondragon.
Yeah, totally. Yeah. Actually, she was one of the originals because she was wearing a bikini back in the 70s, I think. But
with a cape.
With a cape, yes. That's true.
But no, issue 2 starts with Genis is all mad because they thinks Rick ambushed him on his talk show.
Yeah. Pulled a Dr. Phil on him.
What are you doing with your life? You killed 200 people. What are you doing? I think I heard you and Russell talking about Dr. Phil on a gamma charge.
Yes, we did.
To the ranch.
Russell does a great Dr. Phil impression. Oh, I love it.
Well, once again, he's like, you see, he doesn't, he's new to Earth. He's like, he's like talking to Rick and Marlo. You sandwiched me, Rick. Don't you wish? I think you mean sandbagged.
Yeah, that was great.
But then again, we flashback 3 days when he was trying to break into his home on Titan, where some of the Eternals live.
Yeah. Yeah, I get the feeling that Titan isn't a really fun place to hang out if you're a young kid.
Well, Gina says like it's boring, but I mean,
yeah,
there's like nothing to do, I guess. But
yeah,
you see young lady sunbathing. Then there's Star Fox on a couch with a lady or two,
or 3 or 4 or 5.
That is Star Fox. I mean, I get Star Fox. I mean, that's the weirdest power. He like basically roofies people.
He does, yeah.
Like psychically or something. Yeah.
Yeah, me and Russell were just talking on Gamma Charge about Incredible Hulk number 300, where he's a member of the Avengers who come in to try to defeat the Incredible Hulk when he's going on a mindless rampage, and he tries using those powers on the Hulk, and that doesn't work at all.
Oh, there's an issue with Captain America. I think it was a Grunwald, with Captain America, where he's like training with Captain America's training with Star Fox and Black Knight, and Star Fox tries to use power on him, and Cap's like, that ain't gonna work against me. I love Titan.
I could do this all day.
Exactly.
Yeah. Yeah, I love it. Yeah, Star Fox, just stick to hitting people. Yeah, don't try to do the roofie thing.
Oh man, they gave him the 90s outfit too, open vest.
Yes. Definitely. I actually liked that. I was like, ooh, let's see some more of that on Star Fox.
I was gonna say Biscuit.
Yeah, total biscuit. Total biscuit.
Even with the hair, they kind of give him like the Wolverine hair.
A little bit, yeah. He was growing it out.
Well, he is an alien too.
Yeah.
Oh, Genis Biscuit.
A little bit, yeah.
I mean,
I hate that ponytail. I mean, that long ponytail is so 90s.
But again, 95.
Yeah. But there are some scenes where his clothes were ripped off, and I was like, oh, there we go.
I was gonna say, men, women, everyone seems to be a biscuit in this.
Yeah. There's biscuits galore in 1995.
But yeah, then we still, like you said, he's have Genis meets his mom, and they're talking to Moondragon telepathically because she's in a coma thing.
Yeah.
In case you don't know who mar-vell is, they kind of give you the one like 5-panel synopsis of mar-vell.
Yeah, and she admits that she was in love with him,
right
in front of his mom. Awkward. uh,
But oh yes, he was got his cosmic awareness from Eon,
mm,
who readers of Quasar will find familiar.
yes, we love Eon.
And I love it only in comics, and it's like, yes, he slew the Mad's son of Mentor Thanos. Well, at least temporarily killing him.
Temporarily, he killed him the first time.
What's that line from X-Men? I thought you were dead. I got better.
I got better. I shrugged it off.
But then, yeah, talking about how he died from cancer, which I'm surprised that they've never I mean, they made it seem like once or twice they were bringing mar-vell back, but spoilers, kids turned out to be like a Skrull, but
yeah, and then there was the Dead Avengers one where they were kind of like in the afterlife.
Mm-hmm.
I liked that one a lot.
But I'm surprised they haven't brought back, done like a full bring Captain Marvel back, but mar-vell. But I'm just like, yeah, but maybe it's just the problem with the name because Carol Danvers is using it right now, and she has a movie, or she's in the MCU using that name.
It's possible. Yeah, and she's been Captain Marvel for a while now.
Oh yeah, probably 10, 12 years.
Yeah, something like that. Yeah. And besides, Monica
Rambeau's like, yeah, so was I.
Yeah, right. That was 40 years ago. I can't remember when Captain Mar-vell really died. Was that 70?
I think it might have been early 80s.
Was it early 80s?
Let me look it up.
80, 81?
Yeah, it might have been 81, 82. Let me look this up.
Maybe they figure that so much time has passed since his original demise that they can't really pull a Jean Grey at this point because it's been too long.
Isn't that the best time to do it after it's happened? But like, well, we waited 40 years. Oh yeah, 1982. So yeah,
82. Okay.
Yeah. So see, I'm surprised 40th anniversary. He's back.
He's back. There's going to be 3 Captain Marvels now.
Hey man, Marvel Corps.
They could do it.
We can have thousands of Green Lanterns. Why not?
Absolutely.
Have the Marvel Corps.
Yeah. Start manufacturing those bands somewhere.
Oh,
get a factory pressing those out and get a whole corps going.
I mean, it's kind of what that's kind of what his mother did, isn't it? I mean, she had mega bands made up for him, so.
Right. Why not make some more? Get a whole crew going.
It's not like you can't make more.
Yeah.
Oh, but yeah, then when he stops on empty stretch of highway outside of Gary, Indiana, because that's where Mar-vell fought Nitro and got exposed to the nerve gas.
Old Nitro, yeah.
Nitro. Oh, but I love this talk when he's talking to Rick and Marlo in the restaurant. He's basically like, yeah, I was physically accelerated at birth, Marlo, mine happened during puberty.
Mine happened during puberty.
And he's got all these implanted memories about his father, who he actually never met. What about this line? And again, I'd rather be 19 and horny than 3 and stupid.
Good point. I would too.
You avoided a lot of things. You avoided an awkward childhood. Betty Crocker, Easy Bake Oven, 70s TV shows, 70s everything. Zits, nervous states. Rick holding an elbow in a movie theater and thinking you made it to second base. Oh my. I'm surprised, man. Weren't we still under the code at this point?
Yeah, actually.
I mean, I guess we didn't say boob, so I guess it's
yeah. It's okay, yeah.
Although I'm surprised they let him get away with horny in 1995.
Yeah. Well, there were a few things in here. I was like, ooh, wow. They were relaxed with this one.
Although we were I guess maybe we were kind of loosening stuff at this point, and it's just like, it's not a Spider-Man book or a Hulk book, something kids would immediately gravitate towards. Like, yeah, like,
Yeah, that's true.
Oh yes, one of the artificial memories he has is my dad playing Habjat with me until the artificial sun inside Titan went down.
Hapjack.
Oh, and his pet Turtog.
Turtog. Yes.
Is that a turtle and a dog combination?
We need to see one of those.
I know.
Yeah. Where's the Turtog?
But yeah, but then they flash back to when he eventually started, when he first went on the show, and Rick's calling him Captain Marvel because he's been fighting the Captain Marvel name.
Right. Yeah, he doesn't really. He's been calling himself Legacy up to this point.
That's right.
Yeah.
I hear you're responsible for the accidental death of 2,000 aliens. Care to tell our audience about it?
Yeah. And I was surprised by that. I was like, why is Rick bringing this up? Like, why?
Ratings.
Well, yeah, but I don't know. It just seems like against his character. Like,
yeah.
Like he wouldn't cross that line.
I don't know. Is he one? It's ratings, and two, do you think it's kind of like is Rick just like, you know what? I spent time with your father.
Yeah, that's
you're
true.
not going to like swing in and.
Yeah.
Oh, but what about this alien guy they bring in?
Oh, weird looking guy. Yeah.
Yeah, it's like, oh yeah, Marvel stopped your conquest of Earth. Oh yeah. He felt so guilty afterwards. Well, how could he know that Tribits Bajubies are what? When he did a sweep kick to your knees. How do you say? It's not his fault. He didn't know that's where our Bajubies are.
Bajubies.
Damn. It seems like even a worse place for him.
I know. Yeah. Well, there definitely wasn't any intelligent design going on there.
His Bajubies are by his knees. He's either an alien or an old man.
A couple of balls down the gob.
Oh my! I know they're like, oh, thank you very much. All the guardsmen are going to escort you back to the vault. Oh my god! And my big issue I always bring up, I'm just like, remember in the vault in the 90s, is in the middle of the wilderness in Colorado. It seems like a better place than Then I don't know if Bendis started this. That's like the first place I remember in like Bendis's New Avengers. They're like, oh no, now we have the raft. It's like right off like New York Harbor. It's like, oh really?
New York Harbor, yeah.
I tried to explain the raid one time. I'm like, okay, it's right off of like the most populated city in America. Okay.
Yeah, great place for it.
Instead of in the middle of the woods. Okay.
Yeah, right.
I mean, shorter trip, but
yeah. That's almost as bad as when Avengers had Hydro Base, this big floating target base right out in the middle of the ocean where anybody could come along at any moment and bombard them.
Well, it's after the mansion got sieged in the middle of the city, so they're like, an island will work.
Yeah, that'll work, right?
Yeah, sure. Doom sends his damn robots. Oh yeah, but then they do have Monica calls in and it's like, oh, does he know there's another hero using the name Captain Marvel?
Yeah, she doesn't look happy about that.
Is that supposed to be like hey, if you know, you know? Because it's like you only see her in one panel when it's from behind. Yeah. You don't like see her face or anything.
I think if my memory serves me right, they resolved that in another title.
I think it's like the Avengers Unplugged or
Avengers
whatever.
Unplugged, yeah, where her and Genis have a confrontation.
Yeah, I think isn't that where she first takes? Is it Photon first, then Spectrum, or I forget? I always get them confused.
I think she was Photon first.
Yeah,
and then I almost want to say she called herself Pulsar for a while too.
Oh, maybe, yeah.
And then Spectrum. But yeah, she'll always be Captain Marvel to me.
So I'm like, is that a variation on her uniform, or is she, or is that another hint where she's just basically wearing clothes that are, kind of match her uniform color,
Right. Yeah. Yeah.
like that black and white?
Yeah.
Mm. So yeah, after the show, Rick's like, Rick's like, I know that was excruciating, but at least you got your face out there, and
Mm,
because if he's looking for Shiar, that might just draw him out.
yeah.
Mm. I love. He's like, I don't understand what you're saying half the time, but you meant a lot to my father, though it's obvious you have some of her brain damage between then and now. I won't hold a grudge against what you did. Of course, assuming you don't hold one against me, and then he like flies through the roof.
Yeah.
Oh god, yeah, like you said. And then we're gonna get a quick like 2-3 panels of who's coming up next issue? X-treme.
Extreme. Hang out with Eric the Red, no less.
Yes.
Who we hadn't seen in a while, apparently. There was a little blurb, I think, in one of the issues about the gulf of time that had been since we had seen that character.
Yeah. Oh, here's the glossary. Turtog, a dog-like animal. Oh yeah, he did mention his mom's premiat. Get your head out of the gutter, kids. It's a turkey-like bird. Habjad, a recreational game like cricket or baseball, but without the boredom or the labor strife.
Oh, ooh.
Cravat is a jerk.
Oh, cravat. Yes, I like that one.
I love this. Demographics, a ridiculous Terran science which lumps large groups of people in the specific age, race, or creed category, serving only to isolate us from each other. See, marketing, sales.
Marketing sales.
This is such a 1995 book. Nielsen ratings, a ridiculous Terran construct related to television viewing habits of the United States, wherein 1,000 families determines the programming that several billion people get to watch. See, my so-called life. And the angry letters from the Claire Danes fan club will start to roll.
Yes.
Wait, at least we got to explain Nielsen ratings to our friends outside the U.S. You're welcome, Ray.
Yes, that was actually a thing. And they would send you money for doing it.
Yeah, because didn't you? I mean, I never did it, but didn't they like you had to like put a box on your TV and like
yeah, we did it once.
Member would log in or something, and it's like
they give you a box, and they give you a paper journal to fill out too. At least the one that we had. Yeah, you actually wrote down what you watched. They wanted a paper trail, so you wrote down what you watched and the time and the day and all that stuff.
How long did they have you do that?
I think it was like 2 months, maybe.
Oh,
yeah, maybe it was a month, but it felt like 2. But it was kind of cool, actually. I was like, oh yeah, well, sure, we'll be part of the process.
This young boy watching a lot of biscuit shows.
Why is this all this American Gladiator showing up on here?
It seems he is watching Baywatch, but fast forwarding through the Pamela Anderson scenes. What is up with this? American Gladiators. Oh my god.
That was another gateway drug.
Oh my. All right. Again, yes, let's get to the So 90s It Hurts issue 3.
Oh man. Ultimate 90s. Extreme 90s.
I mean, extreme on there, lots of words on the cover. I mean, again, no background, just a white background, just Captain Marvel hits Extreme a lot. Then they team up, of course.
And I love Extreme's outfit. You have his costume. You have this guy with all these spikes and stuff all over him, and these blades and stuff, and then he's got this backwards baseball cap on, and out in outer space. He's
And
just
of,
rocking the backwards baseball cap in space.
and of course, 90s, he has the long hair.
Yep. And the sideburns. Yeah.
But I mean, I wonder if like Fabian kind of had the hint that, his time might have been numbered on this, the books, only had a certain lifespan. Because it seems like each issue you kind of jump in the middle and then through flashback, they kind of catch you up. But
Yeah. Yeah. There was a lot of that. A lot of kind of two different perspectives
yeah.
in each issue where you had different timelines going on.
And besides the whole, the blowing up of the space station, I mean, most of these, I mean, the first four at least are like pretty much self-contained issues.
Mhm.
5 and 6 is like a little two-parter, but
Right.
modern comics would never.
Yeah. Self-contained stories? What's that?
One and done? What?
You have to have it be at least 2 years long or it's not worth it.
I was gonna say at least all 6 of these would have been one big story because
Oh,
trade.
totally. Yeah. Absolutely. Gotta fit in the trade.
And again, 1995 kids, but if you want to know where we're at in history, Marvel versus DC.
Oh.
And Spider-Man cereal.
Yeah. Spider-Man cereal. Did you ever try any of that, Phil?
I think I tried it once or twice. I mean,
I don't think I did.
it was basically like checks, just with like the web nets, and then they just threw in some marshmallows.
Some marshmallows.
Some like
that'll do.
Spiders and stuff. Yeah.
There's some corn and some marshmallows. The kids will love it.
Exactly. Marshmallows. Oh, this was I mean, there was cereal. There was Spider-Man fruit roll-ups.
Oh, fruit roll-ups.
Yeah.
I did have some of those.
Again, it's 95, man. That animated series is on, man. I mean,
That's true.
They're slapping
that was big then.
Yeah.
Yeah. 95. That animated series was huge, and the X-Men one as well.
Oh man. I mean, yeah, you look at these. I mean, you don't get this anymore, but I mean, you could tell who they're pandering to here. I mean, there's Berry Kicks. I guess every box you got some Marvel Overpower cards, which in this ad.
Oh, the cards were really big then too. Remember that? The trading cards were huge.
Because
in the 90s.
And besides Spider-Man, you know who's big because every card on this ad is an X-Men card. So.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I like looking at these old issues. You get like a time capsule of
totally all the ads.
There's a Levi's ad.
even the ads for the other comics that were coming out at the time.
Oh yeah, like I said, yeah, we got another ad for Marvel vs. DC. Yeah.
Yeah. The battle of the century. Yeah.
Oh yeah, and the very top one too. It's Captain America versus
Batman. My favorite character.
Hulk versus Superman. We know who will win that one, eh, Lilith?
Not saying a word.
Superboy versus oh no. Superboy versus Spider-Man, Ben Reilly.
Oh, Ben Reilly, yeah.
And again, the ultimate, popularity is the biggest superpower. Wolverine versus Lobo.
Oh, yes. Yeah. Totally.
A Lobo, a guy who can get in a fist fight with Superman, gets taken out by Wolverine in a bar.
Yeah, I believe it.
That's why I didn't even show you most of the battle, which took place behind the bar.
Right.
All right, so yeah, issue 3 was open up with Genis and X-Treme trying to break into this Shi'ar stronghold in this ship, floating alien Shi'ar outpost.
Yeah, they've joined forces.
Because before this, yes, Genis was on a beach in Rio de Janeiro. There you go, Justin. There he is, only in trunks and quantum or mega bands.
Yeah, that was the one I was thinking of. Biscuit Town.
And for those of you who admire the 90s comic book female form children, yes.
Oh, there's a lot of that. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, it's a little bikinis, gentlemen.
Yep. Little flossy bikinis.
All you teenage boys or former teenage boys who like that thing, yes. Hey kids, you can sneak these in your house. Your parents won't know.
That's right. They won't have a problem at all.
It's easier sneaking them in than Playboys, kids. See?
That's right.
That extreme attacks them on the beach. And of course, yes, we see Eric the Red. I love it's like, yes, hey, it's true supervillain fashion, monologuing about himself in the third person. But Eric the Red has suffered setbacks on this pitiful planet before. And then you get the editor's note, X-Men 97, 105 through 108.
Oh, that was the blurb I was thinking about.
Yes.
Yeah.
I'm trying to remember. I think there might have been more than one Eric the Red even, but
yeah, I think you're right, actually.
But yeah, I mean, they kind of hinted at some of this stuff, but I believe it's like through genetic manipulation. Like X-treme was like another Summers brother, or supposed to be another Summers brother.
Yeah. And this Crystal Claus religious sect believed that he was destined to assume control over the Shi'ar Imperium.
Because it was the Emperor or somebody in charge, like impregnated Cyclops and Havoc's mother, after her and her husband were captured.
Yeah.
Or at
it
least
was one of the
DNA.
emperors. Yeah.
So this guy was Vulcan before Vulcan, kids.
Right. This is the first Vulcan. Yeah.
One of Lilith's least favorite things, Summer's DNA. Well, Lilith's least favorite thing, male DNA. Okay.
I don't do toaster strudels, so.
So keep your snack cakes in their wrapper, kids. The those unwrapped snacks.
I don't do toaster strudels. So.
But yes, like I said, if you enjoy the male form, the female form, yes, this series, the art is for you.
I wonder if he's ready for that.
There's lots of it on display in this issue.
Oh, especially in this issue, yeah. And once again, this is why you don't become a hero or villain with long hair, because when they're on the beach and he just like grabs X-treme by the tail.
Yeah, both of them, they can swing each other around by their ponytails during the battle.
Exactly.
Let go of my hair, he says.
And of course it's Shi'ar, so someone's always trying to take that throne.
Yeah, they're always fighting for that Shi'ar throne.
But then Genis is like figuring out how to like fire, like instead of just like one big blast out of a nega band, he's basically using his finger. He's like, oh look, I can shoot out of my fingers.
It was cool too how they got their powers to work in tandem against those creatures as well. I like.
Oh that. Yeah, well, I was gonna say Eric the Red because because I guess X-treme can burn people's blood, but Eric the Red's been cut, but it's not working, so he slams Genis's nega bands together.
Give him the 1-2.
So yes, they blow up that whole thing. I'm sure I don't know when, but I'm sure Eric the Red will be back.
Yeah, I'm sure that isn't the last that we see of him. Although, like you said, there could have been another one that took up his mantle.
Yeah, I swear there's been at least two. I was gonna say, was Magneto one at one point? I can't remember, but yeah, then there was at least maybe one or two Shi'ar agents.
Yeah, it makes sense that he would be in Eric the Red.
But yeah, they beat Eric the Red. I love Genis. I just won the Super Bowl, and I'm going to Hollow World.
I'm going to Hollow World.
Hello. But yeah, no letters page or glossary in this one. I always wonder. I'm always like, oh, when was the writing on the wall? When did they figure out? Because I mean,
it seemed kind of abrupt. I mean, in the last issue, it seemed like that. Yeah, it was a kind of a sudden turn, but I don't know.
Oh, okay. Issue 4, where he fights well, it seems like Yonrog. What is it, Yonrog or oh
Mm,
no,
the
Zayrog.
yeah, the
Zayrog,
son
son
of
of yes.
the son of Yanrog.
The sons of these mortal enemies.
Yep.
Yes, I guess he must have kidnapped his friend Steck.
Yeah, then we get a shirtless biscuit action right at the second page of this one. You killed him?
Yeah. I know. I'm surprised in the 90s. Like, yeah, no, it wasn't really him. It was like a synthetic. Yeah.
Oh, that was the insult. Bassjack.
Yes.
B-A-S-T apostrophe J-A-K. Bassjack.
Oh yeah, it was a synthetic sentient, an artificial life form programmed to simulate normal sentient activities and functions.
Intergalactic LMD.
That's what I was gonna say. Yes, an alien LMD or a Kardashian.
Both sinister creatures.
Boom. Yes, but LMDs do serve a purpose.
That's true. They actually have a practical function and a use.
But yeah, I like that he's like getting the hang of his powers. Like when he's saving those people from getting hit by the debris, he's actually opening like small like spatial apertures. Junk I guess just like falls into the negative zone.
Yeah, that's cool. It showed that he was learning as he was going along.
Oh, and then he meets another Kree. This one a lot more shapely than issue 1.
Yes. Yep. Very scantily clad Kree.
Oh man. Every woman in this issue, man, you just barely get enough of a strip of clothing to cover that crotch, man. That's it.
That's it. And one of her boobs too is like barely covered up. It's like half covered.
Oh yeah, you're getting top, you're getting side boob. Oh yeah.
Yeah, you're getting so much side boob there. It's like, wow, that is a strip of cloth covering that.
Yes, this is Captain Marvel issue 4, cover date March 1996, Russell. So you're welcome.
Yes.
Gotta rub that one in.
Wild like an animal.
Wild like an animal. She's not wearing any rant pants.
No, I invented that, you dick.
Oh, that's like, what are we talking? Oh, maybe it was this for Salty and Petty. Lilith was talking about. She's like, she wants to do a rant, but she's like, it might have to be like a rant snuggie. She's like, I don't want to get sued by Justice.
Oh yeah, rant snuggie. Yeah, I love that.
I'm like, yes. Wrap yourself in your rant.
Let it envelop you.
But no, but this woman's basically like, no, you didn't kill all those people. You were set up. A Kree or a Shi'ar conspiracy? Get out of here.
Yeah. You don't say.
So
yeah, that's when they reveal that it's Zayrog.
Yeah,
son of Yanrog, who's working with this group, the Splinter Group.
Mm-hmm. And again, these move fast. I don't know if it's just because they're 90s issues or if they were just like, oh, we don't know how much longer we got on this book,
Right. The clock's ticking. We've got to cram all these plots in here as much as we can.
Oh, and
I think a lot of the 90s stories were like that.
Oh, yeah. That's kind of why these days, I'm such a 90s child. That's probably why these days I'm just like, man, these stories are moving so slow.
Pick it up.
And I love the bartender's got one of those 90s guns.
Yeah, totally. Yeah.
Looks like a short,
huge 90s gun. That had Cable written all over it, that gun.
It almost looks like Cable with like Pip the Troll's head or something.
Yeah.
Like smoking that cigar.
Yeah. And his bicep is bigger than his head.
Yeah, because they show when Bell, Dan, and the others show up. Genus drops in on him. Suck my feet, soldier me.
Brain mail flag. Work on battle cry, he says.
Okay, here's another innuendo here. When the female soldier's like, "We have come for you," and he's like, "Yeah, that's what all the girls say."
Oh yeah, then he grabs her and forcibly kisses her.
Yeah.
Oh, Genus.
Although let's just say that was a distraction, because then he kind of like
That's
knocks
true.
her out.
Yeah.
And then I guess Zayrog is he a cyborg, or is he just wearing a bunch of armor?
Yeah, it looks like. Yeah, I think he's got some type of cybernetic enhancements. Yeah.
But yeah, Zayrog's just
absorb
yelling.
Energy.
Yeah, Zayrog is just like, your father's a traitor. You have everything I should have. So Genus gives him the nega bands, like, here, take them, and like basically just like slams them together. And Zayrog's in the negative zone, but he's just like, it's too much. So he panics and slams them again.
Yeah, I liked that part. I think that was my favorite part of the issue, was when he actually had the bands.
Yeah.
And used them, and it was like, oh, this is crazy. I don't want anything to do with this.
Yeah, Genus just like, yeah, he found out wanting power and having power are two different things.
Mm-hmm. And spits right in his face and throws him in the wall.
Yeah, I was gonna say, shut up, Justin. I know what your favorite part was. It just like there were a lot of like artists who did this. I don't know if this was like orders or not, but like when you get like a shirtless guy and like they don't have nipples, it's
oh, I know. Yeah. Well, that's kind of like the ideal, right? It's like,
yeah,
well, we don't need them, so they shouldn't be there in the first place.
I mean, you could. I mean, I don't know if he wanted to lay that down for a whole race, but I guess they could have been like, hey, he's like half Kree. Krees don't have nipples. Or
that's right. Yeah.
But I love they won't draw them on like bare-chested men, but like on the women of the 90s, they would like not so subtly like, kind of like it's like, oh, well, look at this little shape here on their shirt or whatever.
Yeah. Oh, it looks like she's wearing a pasty under there.
It's all pointy. It's all pointy. It's a cold day on Holla, kid.
Looks like a cold rain's coming, kids.
Wait.
Cold, wet, hard nipples.
Yes.
Cold, wet, hard nipples.
Is that a sentient tongue?
Is that a sentient tongue?
Sometimes you'll yell when I'm playing like a dirty drop. I'm like, well, what do you expect? Are your drops?
Chicks won't feel pity for me and bang me.
Yeah, so basically Genus is like telling this kid this whole story about the whole Yarnrog or Zayrog thing, and I guess his name's been cleared and everything.
Mm-hmm.
Basically, he's like, yeah, he's like, me and Zayrog, we're both wrong. That the past owed us something. We owe the past something. And he's talking about paying back the debt, and from a buff negaband wearing, universe saving, bad guy smiting, good looking dude called Captain Marvel. So now he's embraced the name.
Yep. Only took him 3 issues. That's not bad.
Mm-hmm. Wearing that Havoc headgear.
Yeah. I love it.
I mean, it's not a bad suit. I like the suit, but I do like his look from the Peter David, with the star face and everything. Yeah.
Yeah, and the short haircut, definitely.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Not quite. I mean, he is buff, but I don't think he's that buff.
No, I mean, there's definitely buffer out there.
All right. So like I said, 5 and 6 are a two-parter. Should we just like talk
Mhm.
5 and 6 as like one thing here?
Yeah, that'll work. Yeah.
I mean, it's a basic. Oh, Justin. There we go.
Yes.
Starting out issue 5. Yeah.
Naked.
He's just
Some
wearing a robe.
naked biscuit
Yeah.
action. Floating up in the air, watering the plants.
Him and Steck have finally going for that big trot, kids.
Yep. They went they went all the way.
Mm. And I guess she can change genders because she's saying how men are stupid. And she's like, why do you think I prefer being female most of the time? Him, I thought it was to do me a favor. Ugh.
Oh, Genis.
So she leaves, he leaves, she follows him. Well, he follows her to a church. I guess from the way he was talking, I guess is she a prostitute?
I don't know.
I
Maybe.
thought he said let me see if I can find the a working girl.
Well.
I mean, it could be, could not be. I don't know.
Yeah. Maybe he met her in a bar or something.
Well, their friends do work in a bar.
That's true.
But yeah, he's thinking about religion because he sees her walk into a church. So he calls his mother and he's just like, of all those artificial memories you gave me, why does nothing have to do with religion?
Mm-hmm.
And so she's like, yeah, the Eternals of Titan are more used to being worshipped than the other way around. I thought you should decide such issues for yourself. But then he's like, oh, tell Uncle Eros hi. And there he is.
He's back in his old Star Fox outfit.
Yeah, I know. Oh, but we do. Oh, okay. I wonder. We do have a guest penciler, Derek Gross.
Yeah, this is a different artist in this one. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean it's not bad, but yeah, different artist. I mean, it's not like a big difference because sometimes when they put on like a guest penciler, it looks completely different.
Yeah, no, this flows really well from Ed Benis's artwork. I thought anyway.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But then his mother freaks out when Star Fox is like, "Oh, is that a gray hair I see?"
Yeah. Yeah. That did not go over well with her.
No. But then we see this small alien woman looking for Genis.
Yeah, she's from Carmen D4.
Yes. But then oh my god. He talks to her for 10 minutes, 5 to go home and pack some things, 11 and a half to hit the flesher, his own personal library.
To hit the flusher. Well, yeah.
Now, long road trip, you better.
Yeah, you don't want to get the urge while you're in mid-flight in space.
No gravity.
Yeah.
But yeah, he goes to her planet, and yeah, everyone else is dead. She's the only person. Char is the only living thing on this planet because their god has gone missing.
The entire planet has pulled a Jim Jones massacre.
Exactly.
And they're all dead.
The god was taken by the stalker of gods. Gore?
Yeah. This is a while before that.
Jason Aaron, do you owe Fabian needs to ease us on checklist?
Yeah, I don't know. Did we see this God Stalker again? I wonder.
I'm trying to remember. I don't. Not that I can remember, but
I don't remember it.
But then we get that interlude where the Grandmaster visits Thanos and says there's been a challenge to the Dead Man's Hand.
Yes, I liked that a lot.
Which would have been our next arc.
Yeah, that was cool. I'm always happy to see the Grandmaster. He's one of my favorites.
But then Genis is tracking this Godstalker's like energy. What I guess is a celestial. some kind of celestial. I mean, it's not the size,
Celestial.
it's not the size of a celestial, but
I guess it's an agent of the Celestials.
I
Yeah.
guess. So yeah, Genis really can't beat this. Can't beat the Godstalker, but he finds where he's holding the life essence of all these gods. Because he's basically like, release the god, I'm looking for. I'll just like rupture the power to these containment fields, and they can all come out.
They can all go, and then you'll have to deal with them all at once.
I know, that's so weird. It's like, well, I mean, I guess these other gods can all rot for all I care.
Yeah, we're gonna leave them here. Maybe Gore will find them in a few 100 years and kill a bunch of them.
I'm looking for this little mushroom god, Derek. But yeah, the Celestial. The being you released had misused his place. And Genis is like, he brought peace to an entire planet, presided over that for thousands of years. The Celestial, you have no right. You had no right to do that. No. So like for the Celestials to decide, huh?
Yeah.
He's like, who gave that right to the Sentinels or the Celestials, and who judges their decisions? But then that god gets back and finds all the people killed themselves.
Yeah. And is not taking it very well.
Yeah. What is it, God? If there's no one alive, who believes in it?
Good question.
But if you look at the cover of issue 6, I believe it appears they might make a recovery, but maybe.
It looks that way.
Because I guess Genis goes back, and everyone looks alive, and they look different.
Yeah, all the people have changed appearances. They look kind of more humanoid or more human.
Yeah, taller, more human. Yeah.
Yeah.
Even the god looks different.
Yeah.
That Charlton Heston quality you'd expect from a god. But no, Jara looks different too, but she's like, no, this isn't right. Can't you see how empty this feels?
She knows something's wrong. It doesn't feel right. Yeah.
But Genis is like, Jake shows up. He's like, yeah, you realize something's wrong, right? Because you were the only one left alive. But yeah, Genis is talking to someone, basically. We haven't revealed yet, but
it's a cool conversation too. He goes, so as long as your belief systems are in place, it doesn't matter if you're actually alive or dead. And the other guy says, so you have described the reason and nature for spiritual belief, because our belief systems are in place because it doesn't matter if we are alive or dead.
Yes.
Oh, that's interesting. All right.
Oh crap! I didn't see all these comments. Russell, there you are. One-way trip to Biscuit Town. There's certainly buffer out there. Should be a drop.
Oh my goodness! Look at all these comments from Russell.
I know. That's what I said. I missed it. I usually have them up. Pale. Is this the new Captain Marvel series where he eventually battles the Maestro? No, this is the 1995 one.
Yeah, the Peter David one is the one where.
Yeah. No, this is from the 90s, Russell. It's Fabian Nicieza. It's 6 issues.
Yeah.
Oh Lord. Good day, mates. Number 1 Batman fan here from Predator and Prey podcast and fan base. What does that be? Oh man, all your buddies dropped in. Noel Tate.
Oh my goodness, everybody's on here.
Taste the goodness of the biscuit. Shut up, Noel. I've already mind bombed myself because now every time he says biscuit, I just hear that song in my head. Taste the biscuit.
It's on a permanent loop.
It's pretty much. If I had the rights to that thing, man. All gods must die. Thank you, Russell. Taste the goodness of the biscuit. No, all biscuits must honey sauce.
I love it.
Taste the biscuit.
Taste the goodness of the biscuit.
What wonder how much they want for the rights to that song. Oh, but yes, we see it was Mentor talking to Genis, but then we see his mother like grab her bosom and pass
She's
out.
having a little episode.
Mm-hmm. Man,
with
that
her
outfit.
floss bikini.
I was gonna say that. I think that outfit got smaller and his boobs got bigger.
Yeah, totally. After Star Fox made that comment to her in the last issue, she's like, "Well, time to go back to the closet and break out my sexy stuff."
There's a drop, kids. Oh, then we see the Grandmaster come visit Zufri Grasswind.
Sufri, the dancing chameleon.
Yes, yes, kids. Genis's other female friend literally has a horse face.
Sarah Jessica Parker, eat your heart out.
Oh! Oh my! I don't need no Sex in the City fan club on my ass. Come on.
I kid.
You know what? So Genis was trying to figure out what to do on this planet. So he talks to the children because they see him flying and everything. They're like, "Are you a god?"
Yeah, you're flying. Only Vita Libre can do that.
So he shoots fire from his fingertips and takes him to the negative zone. He's basically like, "No, I'm just a person, but with more power." No one ever told this man, if someone asks you if you're a god, you say yes.
That's right. Yes, you must worship me daily.
Yes, but one of the adults is like, "Stop soiling these children with your hearsay."
There's only one God.
He's like, "Why? Knowledge is a better understanding of things. How can that be wrong? Why are you so worried about the questions they might ask? Maybe because you don't like the answers."
Yeah.
But then he goes to see the god who used to be a mushroom, now looking very buff.
Yeah. I was wondering when you would come. He says, "Nice new look, by the way. More along the lines of what I would want my god to look like." Yeah.
I love it. He's like, "Genis, you should show me a little respect when you stand inside my home." And Genis, funny, that's pretty much what the God Stalker said to me when I was freeing you from his prison.
Yeah.
Why did I use my powers to make the dead rise again? Because of vanity. It's my fault they all committed ritual suicide. But yeah, Jar hears this whole thing, and he's just like, he felt honored that they didn't want to live without him, but when they actually went through with it.
And Jara is the witness. She realizes what happened because she was the one that had the doubt all along about what was going on.
Yep.
And she finally hears the truth from his mouth and can't really accept it.
Yep, because he lets the population go, and then Jar, I guess, kills herself.
Yep.
But yeah, like I said, Genis is telling this the mentor, and then.
Yeah, I like what Mentor says. He goes, "True, we Eternals were worshipped for a time on Earth as gods, but that time has passed. Your own father is considered by some to be a god, who once slew my son, Thanos, who is alive again, who also has been considered by many to be a god. It's all really just a matter of perspective." Yeah, isn't it?
But so yeah, that's pretty much where it ends. So what did you think of these, Justin?
I really liked these. Yeah, it was my first time reading this, like I said before, and I really enjoyed it. I always love Fabian's scripts. He's one of my favorite writers, especially from this time period. And yeah, I felt like he had a really good grasp of the whole intergalactic, the whole cosmic scope of these stories. The whole world. Like I said, dealing with the aftermath of Operation Galactic Storm and all of the crazy stuff that was going on behind the scenes then. There were a lot of really good stories that came from that. and I was happy to see that this was one of the spotlights of that.
Oh yeah. I was just looking up because I remembered like Fabian in the first Peter David run, issue 14, Fabian Guest wrote it, and it was basically him filling in the gap between this series and where Peter David like picked up.
Oh, okay.
Because he talks about some stuff, but okay. Yeah, because they kind of sum up these 6 issues, but then he does tease it's Genis telling Rick all this stuff, but then he's talking about the Dead Man's Hand thing. It was a high-stakes poker game with some of the galaxy's most dangerous players, including the Grandmaster and Thanos. And the winner got to enter the realm of death and take someone back.
Mm.
But he said, "I won while I cheated so that my chameleon friend Zug wouldn't risk her own life trying to retrieve her mother."
Okay.
But he says, "I did see someone else I knew, though. A bit of surprise, actually." Let me turn the page because I think his mother did die, and she must have, yeah. He said, "Yeah."
Oh, she did. She died in that.
Yeah, she was so.
Yeah.
So he's like, but I thought.
Oh my word.
So he's like, in order to get my friend's mother and my mother out, I had to make a deal. And Rick's like, with who? Thanos.
Yeah.
And I love Rick's like, tell me you paid back the debt before we got merged like this. And Genis is just silence. And Rick's like, I don't want to know. But no, and then there's like an editor's note. It says all preceding events courtesy of the never published Captain Marvel 7 through 10.
Oh, 7 through 10.
Yeah,
so that
would have been 7 through 10. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So he had the better part of the first issue, first year of the title planned out. Wow. Yeah. Damn. I would love to see that.
I know the whole Dead Man's Hand poker thing. Yeah.
Yeah. And just to find out what happened with his mother. I mean, that would have been great.
Mm-hmm. All right. Any other thoughts on this?
No, I really enjoyed this. Like I said, it would be cool if they collected this in some form of a trade with some other stuff at some point, just so that people can read this and see, because this is really where he kind of Genis started out.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, in the annual and stuff, he was kind of just really a punk back then, but he was really kind of finding his way in this series.
I mean,
the whole 2-part story with the God thing was really good. It was really well done.
Oh yeah, I mean, you could have just. It's such an undiscovered thing. It's not on the app. It's not collected. I mean, 6 issues. That would be a nice little trade. Or if you want to do like 2 omnibuses, I mean, you could do like all the Silver Surfer appearances, these 6 issues, pretty much basically everything up to the Peter David run.
Definitely.
And then the 2 Peter Davids, I think it's like a 35 issue and a 25 issue. Make that an omnibus. I mean,
yeah, or a couple of epic collections or something. Yeah, it'd be fantastic.
And then he was in then he was in the Thunderbolts for a while. They killed him off there, and then Peter David just brought him back in that new miniseries.
Yes, I was happy too. I was like, I was so angry when they killed him off. I was like, why? Why? What's the point of this? Why are you doing this? This is a great character. Why kill him off so indiscriminately like this?
I'm hoping he's going to show up again, because at the end of issue 5, the Peter David's issue 5, they were just like, "Oh, keep an eye out. He's going to show up other place," because him and Rick are merged again. Spoilers.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I was hoping we'd see more of him, but hopefully soon.
From the sounds of it, we may. So,
yeah.
All right. Anything else?
No, I think that's about it.
All right. Well, episode 2. Justin and I mean, behind the scenes, we're going to be recording that soon, so you won't have time. You can still send in feedback. I mean, I don't mind reading feedback for stuff we've already did. So if you have feedback for this Captain Marvel episode, our first episode, how we doing?
Yeah.
But yes,
send in some feedback.
Yes, please. Episode 2, we're going to be talking the first appearances of Cable and Deadpool from New Mutants 87 and 98. So
yeah,
like I said, we won't have time to send in feedback, but yes, send it after the fact. We will read it. We'll be here.
Right, we will.
We'll be here every week, kids.
Yep. Send it in anyway. We'll read it.
So, yes, email us, CapesandLunatics@gmail.com, or call the voicemail 614-382-2737. That's 614-38-CAPES. And you can find Marvel Tales on Facebook, on Twitter. So I'm trouble changing it from another page on Facebook. But yes, we'll be on Facebook, Twitter. Capes and Lunatics Network is on Hive. Follow us there. We're on Instagram. Find links to all the social medias for all the shows, including this new show, the other new show, Salty and Petty, which of this recording we haven't recorded yet. So
Coming soon, though.
Lilith Hellfire off the leash, kids.
You're recording the first episode together in the same room,
Oh, yeah, when she's here. Yeah.
Yeah, it's going to be awesome.
I said, man, she's going to be able to backhand me or something. All right. So, send in, follow the social media, the YouTube channel. Once again, everything we do gets a video on here. So, you want to see Justin's sexy self or any of us, smash that subscribe button so you don't miss a moment of anything.
Smash it.
Smash it.
Tell the biscuit if he's a biscuit. Yes. And we're so close, kids. As of this recording, I think when I looked yesterday or today, I think we're at 260 subscribers on YouTube. 9.
Nice.
Little Hellfire just asked for right now, just 9 more. Okay.
Yeah.
So yeah,
that magic number.
Oh yes. So subscribe to the YouTube, the Patreon, most importantly, because once again, all these shows are our passion projects. It's our labor of love. But every little bit helps. But $3 to $5 gets you early access to creator interviews, including the monthly Chichester chats.
I got the good mic out for you guys.
A man with a voice second only to Justin's.
I got the good mic out for you guys.
And superhero movie brackets are over, thank God. But yes, you can listen to the whole series now when you subscribe.
Yes. That's right. It's all over there for you.
Some surprises coming in 2023. Maybe bringing back some old shows we haven't done in a while. And patrons get to suggest stuff, which Justin here, one of our patrons, has already sent a list. So
join me in the Patreon elite. You get all the good stuff, all the perks.
Justin, Russell, and Ray, the elite.
The elite.
And again, I think me and Lilith have already voiced this concern. Yes, ladies, please join the Patreon. It's such a sausage party over there right now. We could use some ladies over on our Patreon.
Need some female viewpoints.
Yes. And of course, pick yourself some Capes and Lunatics and Capes and Lunatics sidekicks merch. And again, if you just want to drop random cash on us, there's a Cash App link in all the show notes. It's never Lilith Hellfire's birthday is come and gone, but it's still never too late to send her money. So yes,
that's right.
Just make it rain on us.
Birthday gifts are great.
Make it rain.
Oh, Lilith, you better have made that birthday video like you did that one year. Just her holding up all our stuff. Yes.
Showing off all the goods.
Hello.
No.
All right, so find it all at Linktree, linktr.ee/Capes and Lunatics. All right, Justin, I know you're here, and you're also going to be monthly over on Capes and Lunatics Sidekicks on We Are the Night, the Batman podcast.
The Batman podcast. That's right. I'll be joining you once a month there, and we're going to be talking all about Night Quest, the Crusade.
Yes. But you also podcast with a wild animal.
Where can
people find those?
With that wild man Russell, we co-host currently Gamma Charge, the strongest podcast there is, where we talk about everything to do with the Hulk and She-Hulk twice a month. And we also have Tomes of Evil, which is currently on hiatus, but we have a couple of other shows that have taken its place, such as Hobgoblin Historia and Stakes and Staples, a comic book vampire podcast, which is super fun. And then we also have Predator and Prey, a Yahucha podcast, which we co-host with our great friend Ray. And we have a new episode of that coming out in, I think, a week or two.
Nice.
Yeah.
Cock-a-doodle-doo.
So wake up and check out those podcasts, kids.
My favorite biscuit. Yes, you can hear me talk all about biscuits on all of those shows.
Again, like I said, my highest compliment. He's basically the male Lilith Hellfire kid.
Things in common, cannabis and comics and other things starts with C.
And Lilith will go, champagne!
Caviar.
Yes.
Just what I always wanted in a man.
Well, that escalated quickly.
All right, we went a little long this time, but again, episode 1, I think.
Episode 1.
Why the hell not? All right.
That's
kids.
right.
Again, join us next episode. Yes, we're going to be talking first appearances of Cable and Deadpool. It's 87 through, well, not through, 87 and 98. Those you can find on the Marvel Unlimited app, of course.
Yes. Those are very easy to find digitally.
They've been reprinted. I mean, especially that Deadpool.
Oh, yes. Yeah. Multiple times.
And then stay tuned for what we're going to be doing in the future.
Something different every episode.